What's going on, everyone? So centers are popping up left and right for potential trade targets. And it's beautiful, right? Because the Lakers, they need a big man. They need a center. So it's good that there's all these potential options, whether it's via the draft, whether it's, free agency with like an Andre Drummond or a Valanciunas, or via trade, right? There's several trade options. But one in particular that I want to talk about in this video is Mitchell Robinson. So I really like the idea of Mitchell Robinson. I think Mitchell Robinson could go a very long way. He's not making an absolute bag, right? He's making around 14 million, 14 and some change. So he's somebody that could very well be traded. You could even do like a Gabe Vincent and Jalen Hood-Schifino or something like that to get to the salary. Obviously, would the Knicks want something like that? We'll yet to see. Like, what are they kind of looking for in the trade front? Are they just trying to kind of looking to unload him? Right, want to keep around Hartenstein and maybe add a piece or something, or are they looking for a very player in particular? Like, kind of depends on what the Knicks want. Now, Mitchell Robinson, I like him a lot. I think him slotted alongside Anthony Davis would be just chef kiss. Right, he's still only 26 years old. Right, real 7-footer that can bang with the big boys. Right, excellent defender, excellent rebounder. Right, block shots. He's a hustle guy, energy guy, gets after it. Right, he's one of the better offensive rebounders in the league. Right? Like check, 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 and check. Like you're speaking my language, right? Couple things. In particular, injuries. Right, I mean this is a guy that he played 70 games, 72 games, something like that, like 3 years ago. But for the most part, he is on a good year giving you 60 games. On average, he's giving you around 50 games. Is he a starting level center? I mean, the talent, yes, right? Yes, starting level. But is he somebody that you can rely on at the starting center position, right? Or is he a guy that's probably best off the bench in small bursts, say 15 minutes a game, 10 minutes a game, that's just basically giving you, whatever, 6 and 8 or 6 and 10 or 8 and 10 or whatever. Right, and he's just somebody that's there to help you block shots, rebound, give a good hard foul. Right, you got to kind of keep the minutes down, kind of keep the wear and tear down for him so he doesn't injure himself and he's out for most, if not all, the season. It's a question, right? Because that's been Mitchell Robinson's biggest problem is just staying healthy, right? Like he'll come, it looks great. You're like, man, this kid is tough, right? He's rebounding, he's banging, he's creating all these big plays. He's just bully ball. Like when he's playing, he's just so impressive. Both sides of the basketball, right? Very versatile. Doesn't really shoot, but like it's fine. Like he's such an impact guy, such a hustle guy, such a dirty work guy, right? Which is probably why he's injured so much because of all the dirty work. But like he's the guy that you want a Mitchell Robinson on your team. Right? And he just happens to be 7 feet, which is great with like a 7'4" wingspan, right? Like, usually you're looking for like the wings or the guards or whatever, right? That come in. Like, he's the guy that you're just like, oh, wow. And he's a 7-footer. Like, sign me up. Like, he's one of like my favorite potential trade options. But again, it boils down to, can he stay healthy? What do the Knicks want, right? Like, are you going to have to trade? Like, is he even worth a first? Because, again, this is a guy that he played 31 games last year. He played, I think, like 50 the year before, right? Like, it's just, are you really giving up a first-round pick for a guy that is basically only going to play at best probably half the season, right? Like, and can he be healthy come playoffs? And can he stay healthy come playoffs, right? Now, I think more likely than not, the Lakers probably still play LeBron at the 4 and 80 at the 5. Right, especially because depending on what JJ Redick wants to run offensively, right? Is he want to kind of run some 5-out variant, or is he fine with like maybe like a 4-out 1-in type thing, where he can kind of have a Mitchell Robinson down low to offensive rebound and just get putbacks and all that stuff, and you have Anthony Davis and say Austin Reeves, LeBron, and somebody else also. Trading for Mitchell Robinson would allow you to go trade for other players, right? Like you could still go get a DeJounte Murray, right? Could you go get a DeJounte Murray and a Mitchell Robinson, right? On top of whatever else you can get. Like that would be great. Like I would be all for that. Like sign me up for that, right? And so could you do something where, say your starting five is like DeJounte Reeves, LeBron, AD, and Mitchell Robinson? Like, that sounds pretty good to me, right? Like, you got defense, you got rebounding, you got shot blocking, you got a little bit of everything, right? So, shooting would be a little bit of a concern because, Anthony Davis, if he can kind of get back to the bubble AD, then shooting wouldn't really be so much a problem. But, and then DeJounte Murray, he's a guy that he's not like elite shooting the three ball. I mean, he's good enough. He's a little better than league average, but like, no, he's not. He's somebody that you have to respect, right? He can knock it down. He can get hot at times too, but he's not a guy that's just like lights out, right? He's had good years, good stretches, but he's not somebody that's really lights out. To me, it'd be more so can like LeBron maintain that like 38 to 40%, and can Reeves get back to 40%? He was not great. He was 36, just under 37%, I believe, off the top of my head, last season, which is not great for him, right? But no, I think the good would outweigh the bad, though. And again, I really like I really like the way Mitchell Robinson plays. Just that motor and that grit and the hustle and the energy and the effort, right? He's keeping balls alive. He's banging with guys, right? He's a lob threat. He's making big plays. He's a guy that's getting the loose balls, right? Like he's the hustle guy, right? He's the guy that you again, like I mentioned earlier, like you want those kind of guys on your team. The guys that'll make a big impact, guy that'll make an impact beyond the box score. Like, yeah, you'll look and you might, oh man, he gave you, 10 and 12, right? Like he had a good game, right? But if you actually watch the game, it's like, what? No, he was great, right? Like he's one of those guys. And I really would like to see the Lakers bring on a guy like that. But I default to, is the juice worth the squeeze with him? Right? Because, it's just like, but in the same breath, like if he's willing to be a backup, right? That might be what the Lakers need. Because again, I mean, JJ Redick wants LeBron to play off ball more, right? Like that's what the word is, that he wants LeBron to kind of be more off ball. Again, LeBron for 6 years has talked about how he wants to play off ball. And push comes to shove, he doesn't end up playing off ball, right? So, but him playing off ball doesn't also mean he plays a different position, right? Because he can play off ball at the 4. I mean, you can make an argument he'd be more versatile off ball at the 4 than he would be, say, at the 3, right? So, more likely than not, again, you're probably looking at Anthony Davis at the 5, LeBron at the 4, and then whoever else is at the point 2 or 3. And then now you're looking at, say, Mitchell Robinson, have Christian Wood slot alongside him at the 4. Like, I'm okay with that, right? Like, that sounds pretty good to me, right? Because I'm assuming you trade Rui and stuff like that for, like, DeJounte Murray or something. I'm talking about, like, if you put the whole team together, right? Otherwise, it'd probably be Rui, right? You'd probably have Rui slot next to Mitchell Robinson, which that would be, I'm fine with that too, right? Like, especially if Rui gets to play the 4 spot. But to me, it's kind of like, if you're trading him for a backup role, if you're trading him to just be a guy to come in, give you 10 to 15 minutes a game on high energy, high effort, right? Anthony Davis starting at the 5, Mitchell Robinson's coming in and just basically playing the spot minutes that he's off the court. Right? Maybe you fill in a couple minutes with like Wood at the 5 or something like that just to keep Mitchell Robinson's minutes down. And he's just low minutes, high motor, right? Kind of keep the wear and tear down as much as possible. I don't mind it. It's just, if he was even like a 65 a game year, like every year you count on him for like 65 games, I'd be like, yeah, probably go get him. But he literally, you look at like the years that it's just like the guy you're talking about half the season on most seasons, right? He's had a season here or there, right? Like I said, like 2-3 years ago, he had a year where he played 70 plus games, right? If he could do that consistently, then great, right? If he could beat 65 to 70 games a year, right? That'd be beautiful. At that point, I think you trade for him all day. But I don't know if he's really going to be able to do that consistently. And, but everything else checks off. His age, again, he's 26. So his age, the rebounding, the shot blocking, the defense, the hustle, the energy, slotting alongside Anthony Davis, right? Being your backup or being your starter, right? Like he could fill in on any given night. I really like the idea of Mitchell Robinson. I just kind of feel like unless we could get him, like if you could get him for say 2 seconds, I think you take the flyer on him, right? Like I said, if you could do something like, like Gabe Vincent and JHS in 2 seconds for Mitchell Robinson, then yeah, I would do that all day. But I think the Knicks are probably going to want a little more value than that, if I'm being honest. And then at that point, it's like, is it worth the risk, right? I don't know. I almost feel like you're better off just like, go draft a Zach Edey or go draft a Ware and then bring in like an Andre Drummond. Right? Andre Drummond's not, Mitchell Robinson on his best day, but he's a guy that helps with the rebound. He's an excellent rebounder. It can be a lob threat, not the defender and stuff, but he's an energy guy, a guy that can bang with the big boys. He's physical, right? He checks off like most of the boxes that Mitchell Robinson does. So, but anyway, as always, this is a discussion. I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? Do you like the idea of bringing in a Mitchell Robinson? Do you think, no, stay away from Mitchell Robinson? Too much injury history. It's not worth going and trading for him. Do you think it like, hey, I don't mind it. It just depends on what you're trading, like what you're giving up. Like that's kind of where I would lean to. If the price is right, sure, right? Take the risk. But if it's like you have to give up a first or something like that, or if you have to give up, like even this year's first, right? Like if they were like, oh, you have to give up, just give us the 17th pick and, match salaries or whatever. I guess it would depend on who's on the board. But I mean, like, even if it's like Ware or Edey are there, I think you just take those guys. Edey, I think, would give you a great impact right out the gate. Ware may or may not, but I just think Ware's upside and potential is great. I don't know. It's tough. But again, how you feel, whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.